morning, y'all. Challenge part 2 is finished. We have done 2 35-day number 1 exercise challenge where we exercise straight for 35 days. Mine was majority walking. Then you'll see me sometimes I'll hit the steps. It just depends on the day, how it's going for me. Work. Then sometimes a gym at my place. But y'all, I hope y'all are proud of yourself. I don't know how many people here. I don't know who's joining me, who, whatever. But if you did, even if you did a little something, just say, I'm so proud of you, because I am. But y'all, 235 days. So my next thing is, I'm not sure if I'm going to do another challenge, but I want to tell you this, keep going. Don't stop. The challenge was to get you moving again, so you get in the habit of making sure that you exercise on a regular basis. So don't stop. Decide how you want to keep going. If you want to do daily, if you want to do every other day. But y'all, I'd be like, when I miss, or if I think of miss, I haven't missed, but I don't want to stop. Like, it just feels kind of abnormal now, you know? And it has got me in that mindset, or just the way I feel. I want to do it. I want to make sure I do some type of movement every day. So just getting on here telling y'all, don't stop. This was the challenge, to get you all in a routine of doing some type of movement on a regular basis. So whatever your regular is, whether it be 2 times a week, 4 times a week, every day. It's nothing wrong with walking every day. Whatever, just make sure you make it a routine. And this helps with if you're having issues with sleeping, if you're having issues with digestion, if you're having issues with your blood pressure, walking or exercise, let's just say even if you're kind of stiff in certain areas, walking helps. If you make it a routine, helps alleviate all those different things I said. And for me, it was more so my mental, because I've told y'all for years, I've had this, it's like, I'm gonna call it a something. A something. What is that? Where I can get sad, or like I can become like a sad overwhelmed out of nowhere, or depending on what's going on. And usually I've pretty much got it to, if I'm not prioritizing myself, if I'm not eating good according to my body and the way I digest food, if I'm overwhelmed with things going on, and that's usually because I'm not prioritizing me. And if I'm not prioritizing me, then the important things around me, including my family and my business, which are two big things, if I'm not doing that, I can get overwhelmed. I begin to overthink. I can get just like sad at myself, or like start thinking of just a bunch of negative stuff because I'm not taking care of myself. And I would say number 1 too is, if your relationship with God is starting to like slip, and you're just getting up and you're going about your day and you're not even acknowledging him. And that don't mean just in prayer, that means in life. Like the moves that we make throughout the day, the attitudes that we have throughout the day, the decisions that we make throughout the day, if we're not putting him first or acknowledging him and what his word says for us being out here, living this world, not handling without him, it can mess with you. And so I encourage you all, that's what the challenge is all about, is to work on prioritizing you. And one of the first simple steps is exercise. My main one that I love more than any type of exercise is I love to walk. I can walk. I'm grateful for that. So keep going. Don't stop. I'm gonna be real. Another challenge is coming. And see how I kept adding on? So I started with exercise. Then it's gonna be exercise. Then it was exercise and read. And next is gonna be exercise, read, and something else. So there's this guy recently in a something that I watched on YouTube, and he said the magic is in the work that you're avoiding. And now that I'm on this with prioritizing myself and taking care of myself little by little, because y'all, let me say this too. Don't try to do everything at once. Don't just try to make everything fast. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself, because remember, you're sensitive right now. You're delicate right now. So we don't want to put too much pressure on ourselves. And here in the DMV, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. Everything is, this time, this time you got to be here. It's just constant going. Like, relax. Who says right now, in this time, and I've learned this over the last couple of years, I tell you, that COVID was an eye-opener. That time when we had to sit still, the world had to sit still, it has made me very aware of a lot of things. But anyway, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Take one step at a time. I woke up and I said, you know what? And this was me. This is starting 2024. I would say March, April. I could not shake what was going on. I just was not feeling myself. And I'm still literally getting myself together. But I'm doing it slowly because I don't want to put so much pressure on myself. That's what I feel like I have to always do. No, I'm taking it one day at a time, and I'm starting off with small steps. So that's what you want to do when it comes to you. There is no rush. Who says that you're even going to be here in the next 30 days, something, whatever? We don't know. You all see it. And I'm not being negative, but I want you to think about it, because if y'all are not aware of this, I don't understand how you're not. We don't know our timing. And God wants us to literally, I have learned to literally be present with each day that we have, because we don't know the next moves. We can plan and we can whatever and go about our day. That's what you do. But the pressure that we put on ourselves, stop. And I had to say this, and I had to catch myself at times when I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed, seem like things are going fast. I literally know how to stop myself and recognize, girl, you're doing it again. Chill out. Let's chill out. What is a rush? You know what I mean? So take time. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. I love what my client told me. She said, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. Look it up. It was a really good definition. But I received and I was like, yeah, that was me. That was her. God like reminded me again. Take it easy. Stop. You're going too fast. I'm not rushing. I know what I'm doing. I need you to just do what you're supposed to do. And that is one day at a time, one step at a time. Take it easy. Okay? So I say that to you all too. Do the same thing. There is no rush. We don't know that they're out. I am learning literally to enjoy the present day in the present time. Now, of course, you want to still. I'm not saying don't plan out your day and this and that. That's very important because even in the Bible it says plan. You know what I mean? Write stuff down. But when you begin to get so overwhelmed that it locks you in where you don't want to do nothing. You get so overwhelmed that you can't think straight. You got an attitude. You're not right. It makes you shut down. You're doing it the wrong way. Chill out. Relax. Breathe. But in order to do that, you have to recognize when you're doing that. You got to see when you're like doing too much. Take a minute. Okay? So that's what the challenge is all about. So, oh boy. What else I was going to say? What else I was going to say? Sorry, I got a little distracted. I was saying something like, let me see. Yeah. But yeah, so there will be another challenge. It will. And the reason why I said that quote that I heard on the guy say, and I was like, that's for me. So the next challenge will be a challenge and something that I have been avoiding. I'll start it, then I'll avoid it. Then I'll get mad at myself. I'll get to whatever because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And then I just like forget it and then just go back into my old ways. So stay tuned. I'm trying to figure out how to do this with still being like personal, but I want to make it open, and I know that I'm not alone in this. Yeah. Yeah, so just stay tuned, guys. The reason why I'm pausing is because sometimes, when you're walking, you have to be make sure you're looking at your surroundings, pay attention. And, like, as I was walking, I'm coming from one direction, this person's coming from another direction. But he got on a whole hoodie and it's hot heat. And, it looks a little, disheveled. And it was like the walk that I'm walking, the speed that I'm going, and then where he is, we literally would be joining each other. And I was just making sure that he not trying to meet up with me. Because I'm not trying to meet up with him. You have to be very aware. And it's not saying anything about him, but I'm a female. Even a male, you got to be smart. You gotta be smart out here. You gotta pay attention. Cause everybody ain't right. Have you always been right? Have you always been good? You know, so that's what I was pausing for. I'm paying attention. It's a big open space. I mean, it's cars constantly going through here, but y'all, that don't mean people won't stop and help. So just be smart. And being smart in this way is pay attention to your surroundings. There go the police. Watch what's going on, especially as a female. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to share that with you. So again, let me go back to this too. I got a little off track. Oops, excuse me. Thank you. You almost tripped into the street. Have you ever tripped into the street? Thank you. You ever tripped into the street? I'm gonna tell y'all, one time I almost fell just walking into the street. And what happened was, and I keep going off subject, but we just here, we talking. I was working out with this trainer, and y'all, the leg exercises, honey. Yeah, that's a big crowd. The leg exercises, honey, had my legs like feeling like rubber bands, like I didn't have full control of my limbs. And one day, I'm at I had to go to Michael's. And the Michael's I have has steps to go up to it. But I'm leaving Michael's. And I'm going down the steps slowly. But at the same time, y'all, that last step or something, it was like, I don't know if I was doing it. It was like my body was like, oh no, she's doing those exercises again where I don't feel right. And it was like my legs like kind of gave out. I said, oh no. I'm not doing this. I'm done. Y'all, a car was coming and I was hitting that last step, y'all. I almost fell into the street. I don't remember what happened. I know I fell, but a few inches more, I could have got hit by a car. I said, So I'm not one at this moment. I don't like to do strenuous exercise. I feel like I don't have to do all that to whatever. I do want to get a trainer though. But I just don't want to do certain things where I don't have control of my body. I don't have control of my body. No, I don't like that. So, what was I saying? We were talking about something. Okay, so I was saying like March, April, like I just began to go kind of like, I'm here and I'm like this, like what is going on? And it was like no reason, but I just wasn't right. So I said, you know what? Because do y'all remember my self-care movement a few years ago? Like I was on this self-care and I still am. And I thank God for that, because whenever I get outside of myself and I'm not taking care of myself, I'm not prioritizing me. Because of what I did back then, that was like over 2 years ago. Way over 2 years ago. 3 years ago. I started that and learning different techniques and getting back to me. I began to say, you know what, enough is enough. And then May 1st, the first step I took was I decided to go to Renew Wellness. I heard about Renew Wellness because my client who had surgery, and she, when surgery, when you had to take all the medications, you have a hard time your digestion is thrown off because all that stuff can back you up and cause constipation. And she said she was going to this place called Renew Wellness. She talked, and it's a colonics place. I've had in my life gone to, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5 different ones in my time here, and I'm 50. But the technique that my client was describing, that this lady was doing, I have never experienced anything like that. And I said, oh, give me her information. Now, prior, I had got her information just a little bit back. So I remember that when I was ready, I was going to give this person a call. I was going to make an appointment. And that's what I did. May 1st, I said, the first step I'm going to take is I'm going to work on my digestion. Because I have always had that issue just from young, digestion. I've had also fibroids, and just different things that caused me, like my little tummy, my colon, my intestines, they're very, they don't digest easy like some other people may. So I said, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take care of my digestion. I'm gonna start there because I know that once I can start to release, it's also gonna help me mentally and spiritually release some things. Because I don't know if you all know that your belly, your stomach, scientifically they said it's a second brain. But the digestive system is so very important. Just like your brain up here, you got to take care of your digestive system here. Because if you're not digesting properly, if you're not getting that stuff out, along with not getting out pain, sufferings, sadness, bitterness, unforgiveness, helplessness, hopelessness, fear, if you're not getting that stuff out, if you're not taking care of that, that stuff literally is like you not digesting your food. And what it does is it literally throws your body off. If it's throwing your body off, it's throwing this off, where you can't sleep, you can't think right, you overthink. Everyone has different types of systems. So I said the most important thing is right now, let me take care of this, because I noticed with that, I wasn't eating right. Therefore, also, already my system doesn't digest easily. So what's going to happen? Stuff is just being stuck inside. And then I'm dealing with some sort of sadness, or like I just wasn't feeling myself. I wasn't coming home and finishing things. I'm letting stuff get messy. I'm not putting stuff away. And next thing you know, my house is disheveled. Those are signs that tell me, that's for me, that something ain't right. You're not dealing with something. You're not taking care of something. You're not moving. You're not something, right? Everyone has their reason. You got to find out what that is. So I want to say I went to Renew Wellness. She's going to tell you, based on your first visit, your consultation with her, what she sees and what she feels, how many you may do. And I went to her and I did 6 weeks straight. I actually missed 1 week where I went for my appointment, but because of stuff that was going on, I was disheveled, and she recognized it immediately. She said, you know what? Don't worry. First she said, I want you to just be still. And she just let me lay in the room for a few minutes. and breathe and get myself together. She said, let's just make an appointment, come back, and we'll use that appointment for the next time. I wound up taking off another week. So it's 2 weeks. I was not there. And y'all, during those 2 weeks, just by her doing that, and just, it was like saying, look, it's like, look, take a minute, breathe. And that's what I did. And I'm telling you, when I came back, she was like, honey. And she said, you even look different. I just began to, and then I continued on with my sessions. And ever since then, during those sessions, not only am I, the process becomes easy, because I'm telling you, the first time I defecated, I was like, oh my God. You know what I mean? But when you, with colonics, as you're getting that stuff out, you're also going to have it's like mental and spiritual, where, remember I was talking about, if you're holding some stuff in, if you're not just defecating physically, but if you're not defecating spiritually, getting some things that may be stuck inside, like I said, some of us may be dealing with unforgiveness. Some may be dealing with some hurt. And we talking about some present hurt, like it's like, and you can't do but you think you can do but so much, and you're just taking it. Just different things. I don't know. Everyone's situation is different. At the time, I also was dealing with something that was very hurtful, and I was looking at myself and blaming myself for it. Y'all, the colonics is more than just defecating physically. Check her out. I can say but so much, but you got to experience it for yourself. I call her Miss D. I don't even know her name because I call her Miss D. Her name begins with a D. But she's located in, it's like kind of like a Baltimore, Maryland. But just Google it, Renuu, RENUU, wellness. And just go online. You can actually go online and book your appointment. And then just try it. The first thing is just making a step. Taking a step. You got to start somewhere. And don't think you got to do so much just don't think you got to do so much at one time. One small step. And literally, slowly, with consistency, surely things will begin to turn around. Okay, let's not rush. There is no rush. I've been wanting to just, everything is like a rush. Everything got to be done by this time. How, when, how, this, they. No, it's not a rush. One day at a time, one step at a time. Okay, so then the difference between her colonics is I've never been in a position where I've all my colonics, they hook you up and they leave the room. And they just let the thing do its thing. She stays in the room with you. She is taking control. She is feeling. She is monitoring what she is seeing and feeling in your poop, in your tummy, because she's taking oils, essential oils. She's using certain pressures. Her voice is gentle. Her voice is inviting. Her voice is loving. And she's taking control of everything, and she's just letting, she's taking control of what is going on down there. Everybody can't do this job. So for her to open a business like this, she's one of the called to do this type of work. What she's doing is not just a business, it's a ministry. And she's going to help, but you have to want it. You have to be open, and you have to breathe and relax and let stuff flow. The moment you do that first defecation, it's more to it. And then when you keep going, she's going to tell you how many you're going to need. You know, you may need 1. You may need 3. I needed 6. But yeah, I'm telling you, I think by the 4th to 5, I was like a new person. I was like a new person, honey. But it is an amazing act of self-care. And that is the first thing I'm going to recommend that you do. Is some of y'all like, well, I make bowel movements every day. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You think you may do something, whatever, and you go regular, you may be surprised. So that's what I'm saying. Some may need just 1. Some may need 3. It just depends. But just go. Because she actually is a holistic. She has the holistic approach to colonics. Okay? Holistic. So she's going to be asking you personal, like, I don't want to say I'm going to say personal, but in a sense where she's not trying to invade you. She's like, I'm trying to remember. She says, so what are you trying to, I don't know. This was for me. For you, she may say something completely different. Because people in these type of people, they're very sensitive to what's going on when you walk in a room, to presence, to energy, XYZ. So let her do her thing. But I want to give a shout out to Miss D. She has changed my life. She has got me prepared and ready to take on a new venture in life, my 50s, a new journey. I call it a new journey because that big 5-0, it's like, girl, I don't know. I just feel like it's different. So I just want to give a shout out to her. Please check her out. The next step that I did is I said, I'm going to challenge myself to walk. This is August. So we started 35 days ago. So this is July, June. So this is like, I think I started the challenge in May. And then I did 35 days of exercise. Then from the next challenge, the 35 days is up, I said another 35 days of exercise and walk. And read, because I wanted to get back to reading. I have amazing books. And I know that for my success, I need to read. For me to be inspired and to move and to make moves, I need to read. And I need to finish what I started. So I added that to the challenge. But I'm telling y'all, the moment that I said enough is enough, and I said I'm going to make one move, and I'm going to spend this X amount of dollars, and I'm not going to look at the dollar sign, I'm going to look at my future and what I know it's going to do for me and how it's going to help me, and I'm going to make this move. And then again, I like to walk. I'm out here this morning. The challenge is over. But am I going to stop because the challenge is over? No, I'm going to keep going. It's time to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Don't stop. I do that all the time. You ran into a web? That is the worst feeling. You drop your keys. Don't forget your keys. God bless. You too. So I just kept, I'm going to keep going. And it feels good. And when I feel a certain type of way, y'all, what I do, I'll get up and I'll start walking. And walking, what that has you doing is, it takes you out of maybe what you may be experiencing. Your overthinking may have you having anxiety. People are always talking about, I'm dealing with anxiety. I have anxiety. I'm this and I'm that. Let's start saying, let's kind of dim those words by walking and recognizing when we have these things and doing things where we can say we're not suffering from anxiety. We're not suffering from this and that. Another technique too that I've always used, number one, you have to recognize when you're having this, when you're experiencing this, when you're overthinking. Sometimes overthinking looks like you literally can be doing something. Let's just say your bills. And then you're doing the numbers. and the numbers like seem like they just keep going on and over, or the numbers are not adding up. You're still in the red. You're da 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 da, da, and they just keep going. Where you're like, and this happened to me actually this week, and I was like, hold up. I just stopped and I threw the phone. Not threw it, but I just like threw it next to me and said, "Girl, chill out. Stop. Calm down. Calm down." And I said, I remember this technique. They say sometimes what you do is take a minute, step outside of that for a minute. Step outside and go do something else. Go read, go walk, go cut on something that'll make you laugh. Do something, but take a breath. Then come back. And after you've taken a breath and after you've done things to like calm yourself down, you can go at it just as positive and strong, and you'll be okay. So I did that. And I gave myself more than a minute. I gave myself a few hours, and I did something else, and I got into something else. And then I came back at it again. I'm telling y'all, we think it has to be really difficult. Some of us may think it's this and this and that. No, it literally is simple steps, simplicity. God is so much, as I'm learning, into simplicity. Simplicity is just the key to it all. I'm telling you, it does not have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be fast. It does not have to be in a hurry or now or no. One step at a time, one day at a time. And like my client told me, give yourself some grace. And I want to also give a shout out to my girl Monique. She is a client who is like, I had never seen her like this. And I've done her hair for years. And we both have, of course, ups and downs. We both, period. We go through, we're female too. Honey, that's a whole nother, but something has happened. And as she's coming, she keeps coming to my appointments, and I'm looking at her and I'm like, what are you doing? Because you look good. Not only do you look good, you just look like you're happy and at peace. And I said, what are you doing? What is going on? And y'all, she began to just share her journey and how she's been through things. And it's been a few years. Like, you can try so much and things just was not sticking or staying. But she just did something different, and she started with one move. She started with recognizing, I don't want to live like this. I don't want to experience. I want to be happy. I want to be at peace. I want my body to be the way I know it can be and should be. I want my mental to be where I know it can and should be. So forth and so on. We had just an amazing talk. And y'all, she looks good. And she has found her routine. She has found her zhuzh. She has found her. And she is just like the happiest she's ever been. On a whole nother level, because there are times where we have our we're at the happiest, but at this stage in her life, she is at another, the happiest, the more at peace and just satisfaction with herself than ever before. And she shared, and y'all, that got me on this movement, this I need to move. And y'all, when I first started it, I was trying to, go by what she was saying and to do this and to do that. And y'all, I started, and then how stuff happened. It's like, oh my gosh. This one spot that I love is called, what is this called? Aarhus? I don't even know how to pronounce it, but this is the word. They have some beautiful stuff inside. So anyway, I was starting off good, and then let's just say, I know what it was. I had to travel, and it just kind of threw me off. And then it's like when I get thrown off, I just get thrown off, and it's like it got to be right. If it ain't right, I'm just thrown off, and I just can't seem to whatever. And then, you know, she would check on me and she'd say, how you doing? She would just send positive stuff. And I kept hearing myself and my responses back to her negative, or like as though I was just beating myself up. And she would hit me back with just something positive. When I say something negative, she would hit me back with something positive. And that's when I realized, girl, you doing it. You're doing it again. You're being hard on yourself. You're being too hard on yourself. You not, stop it. Chill out and be grateful for it's just, oh, these some beautiful, look at this, y'all. I'm telling you, these are, look at this. That is so gorgeous. Look how they have that going down. And these are real plants, y'all. These are not fake. But anyway, so I began to hear myself and how, like, I was just negative. And I said, nah, she not gonna let me be negative. Where she is, she ain't get this by being negative. So I need to switch it up. And I began to switch up my talk. I began to, like, do my thing according to, like, where I am and how I move. And I adjusted my program for myself, my routine, my success program. And y'all, here I am. Over 2 months of walking, exercising, and taking care of me. And not only, and I just want to say thank you, Monique. Thank you, Miss D. I thank you for just being you. And you being you has helped me, be a better me and to get back to me. And again, y'all, once you start doing these type of things, your you, or you being you, is going to be so well taken care of. You're going to start prioritizing you. And when you can prioritize you, you'll be better at prioritizing the life around you. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Is nothing else to say. When you begin to prioritize you, then you will become a better you. And then when you become a better you can do better by the people around you. But even you being a better you, the people around you, the things in life that may have been negative, the things that have not been agreeing with you, things will shift, and things will line up in a sense that you will be like everything will just start to line up with what you're trying to do with yourself. And the people around you, the people, places, and things will again align themselves with what's going on with you. And you will find happiness. You will get up now and do your hair. You will get up now and start focusing on you, your face, your body. You start adjusting. You start wanting a new look. You may change your clothes where you may be covering up with bagginess and just dark and whatever. You're going to start bringing light, and you're just going to start moving different, and it's going to feel and look good, and it's going to give off an energy that people are looking and wondering what you're doing. That's how it was with Monique. I'm like, baby girl, what are you doing? I want a piece of it. I want to know. And she shared. She didn't hold back. Very detailed. Very like bold and strong. But at the same time, it wasn't like a negative, nasty, whatever. It was like a very positive, bold, strong talk like girl. But at the same time, it was gentle, loving, and inviting. And she would just share. And I'm going to ask very detailed questions. And she gave me very detailed answers. And she was by my side. If I was feeling a certain type of way, she'll hit me back with a positive saying. Some people, you got to think about it. If you go to someone and you ask them and they tell you something simple and you immediately like, girl, bye, that's you right there. You're not in the right place. Your energy ain't right. You off. No. You go to people that you know are doing X, Y, Z. You ask them whatever. Try it. Try it. Just see. Try it. And go from there and just see. And you will be surprised. But the first step is, again, you got to make that one move. You got to make that one move. You got to start somewhere. You got to start. Yeah, I know I've been walking over an hour because this says 45 minutes and 50, because I didn't turn this camera on. Maybe 20 minutes after I start walking. But that's where we are. That's where the challenges came from. And stay tuned for the next one. And I just wanted to just talk to y'all and give you all a video and something of me and what's going on. And I pray the best for you all. I pray that you find your zhish. I pray that you find you again. I pray that the steps that you moves you in the direction of peace, happiness, forgiveness, love, good success, progress, inspiration, and that you take that and you share with as many people as you can so that they can have the same thing. In Jesus' name, amen. You all have a good rest of your day.